Uh, but what are some things you've seen that have caused investors to fail? Someone buys a 10 unit from you, and then you know where do you see like the two or three biggest mistakes investors make when purchasing a building?
Um, I think the biggest mistake is thinking that any multifamily building could ever be an armchair investment. It's just not. So don't think there are great third-party management companies. I'm not suggesting that you manage everything yourself. Don't get me wrong. But even if you have someone else managing it for you, you need to visit the property frequently. And so, what are you looking for? I don't know, but you'll probably know it when you see it. If something catches, the hallways have trash in them. Okay, that's not good. So you're the owner. You need to be visiting it. Like Mark said in the beginning, you need to be treating it like a business. I think the place I see people fail most is they think it's a passive investment, and it's not. The other place I have seen people fail is, and again, it's harder right now because the lending markets are still relatively conservative, but it's in over leveraging the acquisition or over leveraging in a refinance. If you are pressing the loan on the property so high that after paying all of your expenses and your mortgage, there's only a very thin margin left, you've leveraged it too much. So, I saw back before the crash when people get really aggressive on leverage, man, as soon as there's a little hiccup in vacancy, they're having to come out of pocket to keep the building afloat. As soon as there's an economic change and you have to adjust rents for one rental season 5% down, you can't do it. Or you think that you can't do it, and then you end up with 3 vacant units and you don't cover it anymore. Your boiler goes out and you have no option but to replace it because it's the day before Thanksgiving and it happens to be 60 degrees and you don't have to run the boiler, but you're headed into a winter and you got to come up with 35, 40 grand to put a new boiler in, and you don't have it because you're over leveraged. So I would say not being an active enough owner and over leveraging the property are the two most common mistakes I see investors make.